Greetings, I'm Demonac, and it's arena time.
And yeah, so I guess we're just going to start a new arena run with the free ticket. And it's going to be, looks like Warrior. I haven't played Warrior recently. I didn't want to really waste any of the dual class arena runs on Warrior, but it is kind of Warrior time. Blood Warriors. Oh, this is no, that's not the good one. This is add a copy of each damaged friendly minion to your hand. There's another thing that, like, copies them in play, which is obviously way better. Costs a little more mana, but let's take the Sea Giant. Sea Giant's solid. He's giant. Bring it on is gain 10 armor, and reduce the cost of minions in your opponent's hand by 2. So it's cheap card, but what you actually do is you hold on to this and you use it later in the game, unless you actually have a shield bash you want to use, but I don't. So we're taking this. It's like gain 10 health with a drawback for 2 mana, except that this can go above your cap. I'm not excited by that. This guy's been working out terribly for me, but I'm going to take it. Is that 2? I could have had 2 of the ancient ones. It's still not good. It's the odds of getting them both out is pretty poor, but whatever. I'm just going to take the Skulking Geist. Bring it on seems stupid. Ironhide. Also a lame card. Let's take Nurian Prophet. It's pretty good when he gets cheaper. He's not that exciting, though. Not even close to something I would take over Cobalt Scalebane, who is like Captain Amazing in the arena. He's a must-kill minion. And he's got a decent size for the casting cost, without his ability. So, that's pretty good. Not super fond of you as a warrior. Like, I'm a fan of this card in theory, but in practice I don't find it that impressive. Although if I was a mage, I would rate it much higher. I'm not likely to have too many damage spells as a warrior, and if I do, they'll probably hurt my own guys anyway. Let's just take Enzoth's first mate. It is a crap weapon, but it's still like a 1... okay, it's a 1-1. For some reason I keep thinking he's a 1-3 because I see the number 1-3 on there, but it's a 1-1 and a crap weapon. It's still not a terrible turn 1 play. I know a guy or the Weaponsmith. I feel like in vanilla Hearthstone this guy was pretty strong. I'm not as enamored with him anymore. I think I'm going to take I know a guy. Spellbreaker is actually solid too. There's not that much silence to go around. Not a huge Kodo fan. This is not one of the better poisonous creatures, even though it was an original one. I'm going to take this piece of junk. It's interesting. Okay, Threshodon is a beating machine. We'll take that. Grimy Gadgeteer. He doesn't care about types. He's a hand buffer that doesn't care what type of minions you have. And he works the turn you put him into play. He's awesome. More of those. Commanding Shout is like a strong card, but it's so, like, kind of situational, even though it draws you a replacement card. Obviously not the Watcher, because I'm not a secret class. Auctioneer? Am I going to have enough cheap spells that I can draw a couple cards off of him? Because if you're not drawing at least 2 cards, he's not really worth the mana. I think I'm going to take the Commanding Shout. It'll draw a card, I guess. The hell? Okay, so this guy's a 4-3 for 3. And if he dies on my opponent's turn, I gain 6 armor. That's okay. This guy's kind of... well, not kind of. He's very suicidal to my minions. Commanding Shout, eh. We'll take this guy. 4-3 for 3 is okay. Might get a bonus. Wow. Weird set of stuff. Like, Murloc Warleader is amazing if you have Murlocs. I'm already a third of the way through my deck, and the only Murlocs I have pop out of the Threshodon, so... that's like an unlikely combo. I can't see prioritizing Murlocs. The end of turn effects, I don't think I have any. I'm unlikely. Oh no, I've got him. Okay, and him. Okay, wait a second. I'm just assuming I don't have any because I normally don't have any. Okay, currently it's a fairly small chance. Grimy Gadgeteer is common, as is Cobalt Scalebane. Let's try the Enchanter, because I'm not, like, Tentacles for Arms is actually fine. Otherwise, I was definitely taking Tentacles per Arms, but let's try and make the Enchanter work, because that's a cool and different thing. 07 Taunt guy is great with hand buffing. I don't think I'm going to have any reliable hand buffing. Elemental stuff doesn't feel like it's as big a deal lately. Since the Death Knight set. Is this the same set? These guys were Ungoro. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a different set. I think Heroic Strike is more flexible. Is probably a better idea. If I had a whole bunch of hand buffing, I'd kind of like the Public Defender. Necrotic Geist is very strong, but it does take some setup to get that situation, and he's expensive. I'm thinking I'm probably wiser to take I Know a Guy, which is very flexible. Although, actually, Tentacle of N'Zoth with warrior stuff could be very good. I don't have any of that stuff yet, but I could get some, maybe? Things that like being damaged? No, we'll just take I Know a Guy. It's fine. Blood Razor is deal all the 1 damages to the 1 damage. I want to take that. The Battle Cry deal 1 damage to all minions, and you get a weapon out of it of some degree, is pretty strong. And the only weapon I have so far is the crap one from N'Zoth's First Mate. Loot Hoarder would draw me a card. I should probably take the Loot Hoarder, but I'm going to take the Blood Razor. It's different. You are trash. You aren't going to interact very well with my stuff because I don't have damage-dealing spells yet. So I guess we're taking Ironforge Portal. Not thrilled with Ironforge Portal, right? Because it's 5 mana and it's just giving you a 4-cost minion. I don't like that so much. Bad. I don't think I have things to use for this, so definitely Worgen Infiltrator, who is a pretty good 1-drop. Oh, you're giving me all the damage-dealing stuff, which is all okay, but I have to take Stonehill Defender, because it's a 1/4 taunt for 3 with a built-in I Know a Guy. Mortal Strike would be good. I know it's not like a great... Like, it is definitely a vastly inferior Fireball, but it's still 4 damage nuke. I'm going to take the Defender, though, because they're so good. Just have to make do with not killing things, mostly. I have, like, no elemental stuff, so there's not much point in taking the Firefly. I guess we'll take the Frost Rider and see if we can get away with him. He's got a pretty significant drawback, but you can often get away without worrying about it. Shield Slam is often just going to be 2 damage if I'm getting beat on, but I'm going to take Shield Slam over those other guys anyway, because Burglebot's expensive, and we don't need the rat thing. Frozen Crusher... Corpse Raider is the most powerful of these cards. I'm just wondering what is going to be more useful for my deck. But it's probably still going to be Corpse Raiser. Yeah, my things... I don't have that many big minions. I don't have that much small stuff to do questing adventure either. We'll get Corpse Raider and hope I get some more big, strong, powerful minions. Not you, though. Mortal Strike or an Informant. I think I'm better off taking the Informant, even though I'd like to have the ability to just do damage to shit. 4 damage for 4 mana is not great, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it's still functional. But Informant is like, that's some pretty good card choice, usually. You have a lot of discovery in this deck, mostly for taunts, but I'm going to try and go Crime Street. Okay, this thing is kind of interesting. You could get it big, but it costs 5, and you've got to have 2 damage minions just to get up to 5/5. I like the Bone Drake. Bone Drake also a good choice for a Resurrection dude. I mean, a Berserker. I don't have all the 1 damage stuff. Battle Rage is a way to draw cards. It's not super reliable. Am I better off with the Tentacle? You know what? I've got a lot of taunts. Give it a lot of like I Know a Guy type stuff. I'm gonna take the Battle Rage instead of another taunt there. You're bad. I don't like you, even though you're probably fine. I'm gonna take the big weapon. That'll be okay. Well, you're just not a good row. Guess I'll take... Because he's cheaper than Grookfu, or... No, I'll take the Grookfu Master. I never take him. Let's just take him. It's not like he's that actively terrible. He's just certainly not actively good. I hate you. You're an expensive way to probably not discover what I want, even though you do cast it right away. You're a 6/6 who never gets charged, and you're a mid-sized taunt. Let's just take you. It's fine. I'm not blown away by my deck so far. I think I need the... I've got some weapons, like the Grave Shambler could be okay, but I don't need the elemental stuff. This guy would actually probably help, because I don't have that many 2s, but I think we're going to take Faceless Behemoth, because I need more actual heavy hitters. Gorehowl versus Primordial Drake. Ah, Primordial Drake's really good. Gorehowl is amazing. I do have 3 other weapons. One of which is expensive. I got 2 medium expensive ones, and then N'Zoth's First Mate, which doesn't even really count. Gorehowl is so game-winningly strong, but Primordial Drake is also pretty strong. I'm going to take the Drake. Sure it's wrong. And do I finally take that Mortal Strike, or do I go for Volcanosaur? I'm going to take the Mortal Strike. I think that's what my deck is lacking, that more than it's lacking Volcanosaur. I am not happy with this deck. I guess makes it a standard warrior deck. I wish I could have gotten more of those end of turn guys to go with end of turn guy. And her end of turn guy power. If I had another Cobalt Dragon dude and another Grimy Gadgeteer, that would be way more interesting. Doubling one of those powers could be craziness. But yeah, double end of turn power person is probably just going to be a crap card most of the time. And a priest, sure, let's go up against a class that's definitely much better than warrior. Starting hand battle rage, not good. Starting hand commanding shout, also not good. These two expensive. Off to a great start. We have no control whatsoever. When you mulligan everything, you kind of chose nothing. Did improve my hand a lot, though. This is much more of a starting hand. Especially, I don't have a lot of, like, armor tech, so Shield Slam is usually going to be a smaller damage card nuke. Although, you never know. Scalebane, he's awesome. So now I could coin out the Defender, which is pretty good. Turn 2 Defender is pretty good, and that's giving me maybe more card choice, who knows. Can hold up to that thing for a little while. Yeah, let's do that. With him out, I can feel pretty safe attacking. You're interesting. You're bad. You're not as bad. I mean, the Armor Smith with the Shield Slam in my hand is tempting, but it's not the thing to do. The thing to do is Direwolf Hatchling. These. If I could get him behind the Hatchling, that'd be good. Shadowword Pain, bite me. That is really not a good outcome. I mean, in a sense, it's probably a waste of the Shadowword Pain, but mostly it's just not a good outcome for me. Do I want to play this so far ahead of him? I mean, it's risky, but, like, I'm not counting on that combo. And she's a 1/5. She's not worth the effort to kill her. She actually kills the crab unless my opponent spends half her mana healing the crab. Okay, well, now it doesn't kill the crab. And apparently you're fine with that. And you're apparently going to waste the damage on her. Okay. Yeah, not the end of the world, although it would have been nice to have stuff going on. So I could Heroic Strike that guy, or I could Armor Up and Shield Slam that guy. Kind of seems like a waste of Shield Slam, but it is going to save me a bunch of damage. I'll probably take about that much damage from Heroic Strike, but the Heroic Strike is going to do 4. This is usually not. Because I think I'm behind already. I'm usually not going to build up much armor. So let's just Shield Slam for 2. There's a crap use of Shield Slam, I'm sure, but I can't count on much better. I don't think she's long for this world. It's interesting that my opponent found it worth beating on her, though. I'm a little surprised. Are you going to spend more effort to finish her off? Oh, jeez. Because if you want to hit her again and have her not be able to kill your crab, then that's, like, going to take another heal. Wow, you want her dead. Almost makes me want to res her with this, but obviously not. Let's just play this thing. That's pretty solid. I could have played him, and she would have become a 7/1, and then been unceremoniously killed by whatever. I like it better this way. There's a chance that I might have a taunt going on that I could throw Buddy behind. I actually wonder if I should throw this on the Tonto there. No, it's going to die anyway. Boo! Because filling my deck with another one of those would potentially be pretty good. Okay, that's not good. My opponent's building up stuff in a way that I am not particularly. Play him. He's pretty chunky. Sure, why not? She's gonna probably die. Keeping her alive just seems kind of silly, but I can't tell if it's worse, because if I ever get her alive with this guy to go off twice, I know I've had chances to do it, but it didn't make sense. If I don't kill the 2-1, my opponent's probably going to want to spend something killing her, but then they're choosing between doing that and killing him, and it's like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to hit for 1. It's normally a pretty dumb move, but she's seemed pretty aggressive towards killing what's-her-name. And right now it should take an attack, possibly just from that same guy, but then you wouldn't have enough damage to kill the 8-8. Or you're going to leave the 8-8 alive? Okay. Ooh, Primordial. I think I want to do this. And if I want to knock off that bubble with this, that's very expensive, unfortunately. But it would get rid of that. I think I'm going to. Getting that guy down to 4, not as bad when he's going to res. Unless he gets silenced, in which case it's bad. If I could have played this, it would have been awesome. It would have killed a bunch of shit, but eh. Okay, you're healing. Oh, really? Okay, good. If that had brought back the 4-5 taunt bubble, it would have been really obnoxious. Getting the crab is just basically worked out to standard sort of value for him, like nothing exciting. And taking a beating. And this is no longer going to kill much, unfortunately. I'm taking a beating, though. I think I'm gonna, like, this kind of sucks, but I'm gonna kill him, and then I'm gonna lose my guy, but he'll come back as 8-8. It's a bad option, but having a 4-8 taunt out there is pretty good. Taunt, I'm hoping will stop my opponent's advance, and I've got some pretty fat stuff in my hand. Oh, god damn it with the bone mares. Notice that I have no bone mares. Bite me. And now, there goes... now I don't have my ability to do 2 damage anymore. Wow, that incredibly sucks. Well, now I could take basically fatal damage to take that out, and I'd only have 5 mana left to play my not taunt. Hooray. Yeah, that is not going to do it. I am so dead. I guess we just see if I know a guy into something crazy. I mean, I could play the Tar Lord, and he'd be a fairly sizable taunt, but I still have to waste my giant killing that stupid 8-2 that's been my bane this whole game, apparently. Yeah, whatever. I'm screwed. So terrible. So terrible. Frickin' bone mare ass. Just never seemed... It never worked out to be a good time to put him out. Oh, please don't. Okay. I mean, that's efficient, but it's not as bad as the taunt bubble. You're going to just throw the damage at it. You might as well. It hurts, but I'm super low. Ah! Now you got direct damage. Awesome. I think I'm just gonna die. We're gonna try stuff. We're gonna go... Armor up. So, if this guy dies on my opponent's turn, I gain 6 armor. That's like... I'm pretty sure she's just going to ignore it and hit me in the face. Although if that guy dies... Well, if he dies, it'll probably be during my turn, so it probably won't trigger the thing anyway. Nope, I'm still super screwed. Hooray! Yeah, whoop-de-doo, I can't do anything. My opponent just had board control the entire game, no matter what I did. I was never able to establish what I needed to be okay. I could not deal with that momentum. Probably because my deck's not good enough, but... Yeah, we're going to still see what I can do next time.
If you like this, please click the eponymous button. And don't forget to subscribe to Demonac Games for more Hearthstone Arena and other gaming videos.